Hey internet, it's your favorite it girl, Candace, and today we're going to be ranking some of my favorite fashion designers. Okay, so this is a really idea I got from this channel, Fashion Lover 4, and he just like ranked some of his favorite fashion designers. So I thought, as someone that's going to be an upcoming student at FIT and just learning about fashion and like all the designs that came before me, I thought this is a chance for me to show what I learned and to just give my opinion about some of my predecessors. As you all know, I'm going to study to be a fashion designer. My clothing brand is iCandy1138, which you can follow on my Instagram and TikTok under that name. And without further ado, let's start ranking. So I just put like the designers I know like the most information on, and like just like my personal favorites, and I thought were like just the most interesting to talk about. So these are not in any particular order right now until obviously I rank them. So first up we have Gabrielle Chanel. Coco Chanel, la mademoiselle. I don't know how to say la mademoiselle. Okay. So I was one of those people who like idolized Chanel because of Scream Queens, and just like saw as like status, wealth symbol, and like the epitome of like class and femininity. And that was until I learned the history of Chanel and how she literally is a Nazi. I don't know if we'd say that on YouTube. She's a Nazi. So, and also the fact that I also learned that Karl Lagerfeld is the one who designed the pieces that made me know like who Chanel is or what the brand is. Then those are the designs I fell in love with, and not necessarily her designs from when she first debuted. And also the fact that since I'm a big Marilyn Monroe fan, I don't know if you can see her on my wall, but I'm a big Marilyn Monroe fan, so I love like Chanel No. 5. And then I have it here, hold on. And then I got Chanel No. 5. And I just am in disbelief that this is the perfume that Marilyn Monroe wore, because this shit smells so foul. And it's not even just Chanel No. 5. Like, I smelled like the Chance Chanel perfumes, and they were also all just not very good. Like, I don't understand how anything of hers is reputable or famous, to totally be honest. And like, I understand she did a lot of innovations for women, and like she's one of the first designers to introduce like pants and like make women's clothes comfortable, and like make women be able to wear suits and make that like a normal thing. And I applaud her for all her innovations in fashion, but she also wasn't the first one to do most of those things. And given who she is as a person, and then also just learning that the designs I fell in love with and the identity I know of Chanel was not from her original vision. And also, I saw this video saying how Gabrielle, she wouldn't actually like any of Karl's designs because they're too hip-hop inspired. And again, as a black person, someone who loves hip-hop and loves hip-hop fashion particularly, she's not my taste. We'll put her there. We'll put her as not my taste, because it's just, there's an idea of Chanel, and there's the actual person and the actual designer and her actual design process and stuff that I don't identify with. Okay. Next up with is Donatella Versace. So I should have researched her before, but I don't know too much about Donatella, and I also don't know too much about Versace and like the whole history and stuff. But I just know I just love Donatella. Like, I love her style. I love the stuff she made, but I don't know her like whole history and everything. But I love Donatella as a person. Maybe I'll take that back when I research her, but I love you, Donatella. Okay, next up is Miuccia Prada. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. Miuccia Prada. I am obsessed with her story and like she's literally such a girl boss. Because like it seems from what I'm seeing is that Prada was a family-owned business, whatever. No one really did fashion until Miyuchi. And I don't know, her just contributions and like the idea of like ugly chic, like I was telling you guys in the other video, like I'm really obsessed with fashion that's like ugly. Like I don't know, I just been obsessed with that lately, and I feel like it's just so different from anything I've seen, and the fact that she's one of the pioneers of that, and it kind of combines both ideas. I'm sorry, I got interrupted. I just feel like she's such a girl boss, and the fact that she's the one who made Prada become an actual fashion brand, and she created like the whole Prada, the actual like triangle bag, and brought like a utilitarianism aspect back into the brand, but still like, you know, making it fashion, whatever. I just love her style of everything she does. I love Miyuchi. So I don't know if I would put her as untouchable though, because I don't think. Also, I love Miu Miu. I love her other brand too. Like the fact that she made her own brand, and people don't even know that. I didn't even know that it was a part of Prada at first, and like she just made a whole name for herself. She's such a girl boss. So the only reason I'm putting her in almost perfect is because she hasn't really done anything like new or innovative or like stuff that's gonna be in the history books. It's just her as a person, and like she aligns with my style. I'm gonna put her in almost perfect. Next up is Christian Dior. So Dior, again, I don't really know the history, like his life or anything, but from my understanding from all the video essays and books I've read, the new look was really innovative at the time, because instead of using corsetry, I don't know if that's a word, corsets, to be able to make like the hourglass frame, that was very different. No one's seen that before, and it seems to have affected a lot of designers at that time. And he's just one of the pioneers of fashion. I gotta put him up there as untouchable, even though he's not my personal taste or anything. It is too many things Dior has done. Next up is Vivienne. So I am obsessed with Vivienne, and again, I love her story. I love her designs. I love the like weird crossover thing she did with Nana with her pieces. I love Vivienne so much, and I understand a lot of people don't like her because she's like very punk, and I know people wouldn't consider me to be punk, but in my head I'm very punk in my attitude, and so is my brand, Eye Candy. Like just like the messaging of like people being able to do whatever they want and like fuck the system and stuff like that. So I very much identify with that, and I don't mind a little tartan print, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind stuff to be a little wonky and like ugly, and like this bitch has like royal status in the fashion world. Like, how am I not putting her in untouchable? Like, please get out of here. If you thought I was gonna put her in almost perfect, you need to leave. Like, again, maybe I wouldn't wear some of her pieces, but the necklace is iconic, the logo is iconic, she's iconic. And also she just makes me further want to push to like have like really fully go in with my career in fashion, because she started out late. Like, she started in the game late. She did it the normal way. She was a teacher and everything. Her life was good. She had kids, she was married, whatever. But like, she went for her dreams and she fucking achieved them, and she's a fucking badass, and I love Vivienne. Next up is Carl. There's a lot of things to say about Carl. There's a lot of things. Obviously, Vivienne, R.I.P. Carl, R.I.P. But, well, maybe not R.I.P. Because he's literally every ist. He's every ist that you can think of, but damn, he can design, and damn, he can make so many designs at the same time. He's very fucking creative, and you have to give that to him. And like, even his own like signature look is just cool as shit. He has the credentials he has for a reason. He had the Met Gala theme was based on him for a reason. But again, because of him just being very sexist, which is so ironic that you're sexist in your design for women, I will put him I would put him in Not My Taste, but again, like I said before, I love his designs for Chanel. I know he designed for like Chloe and Fendi too, and like other brands, but that's what I most know him for. But I'm gonna have to put him almost perfect, because if you just didn't say the dumb shit you did, you'd be untouchable. You'd be perfect. So we'll put him in that category. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm actually wearing Tom Ford glasses right now. And Tom Ford is my bae. I love Tom Ford, okay? I don't even like Gucci. I'm not interested in that, but I love when Tom Ford designed for Gucci, and I love his own brand. I love like how he puts so much like sex appeal into his work, especially like I take a lot of inspiration from him, because my brand Eye Candy is basically based off like that idea of like sex appeal and like people just viewing you as eye candy and nothing more. So I like to play into that a lot with like my like branding and like marketing, and I use a lot of sex symbols for like the icons that I think represent eye candy and are eye candy, such as Marilyn Monroe. So like this is just personal to me. I know like everybody does not give a shit about his velour suits and shit, but he's a goat to me personally, because I just look up to him so much. So yeah. Next is Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent. So I don't know where to begin. Like, his designs are fucking beautiful. Okay, they're fucking beautiful. Now we get into him as a person. I know he struggled with a lot of mental health issues, and I find that very relatable. I'm not that mentally like, but everybody has like their days and stuff, and it's just fucking crazy to me that I think he worked with Dior, was it? I think he worked with Dior when he was just 21, and then he took over the company. Like, I think that's fucking amazing and fucking good for him. And he's great, everything. But it's just not my taste. Like, for me, it's kind of like seen it, done it. Loved it. Was great in the moment. I don't know. His designs don't really stick with me. There's nothing really memorable that I know about him. So I'm just gonna put, it's not even like he's not my taste. I'm just gonna put not as good. Even though, again, like, obviously he's like one of the youngest fashion designers. He's great. I don't know if I could put him that high up, because he's just not personally my favorite. Okay. Next is the actual GOAT, the literal GOAT, Alexander McQueen. I have been in love with Alexander McQueen my entire life. I'm a Scorpio. I have mostly Scorpio in my chart. I love horror movies. I love like dark, weird, witchy shit. I love his shit. And it's just hurtful to me that some people say like, oh, well, first of all, R.I.P. Oh my god. Almost everybody here has to say R.I.P. R.I.P. Alexander. His just took the best of him. But back onto his legacy. Yeah, I don't like that people try to say that he hates women because he dresses them up again in like maybe like uglier clothes or like scary clothes. And this stuff was like kind of weird and like theatrical. But I just don't think, not everybody gets the vision, and also not everybody gets the craftsmanship that goes into his work. And I just love that he just pushes the fucking envelope and he goes there. Like, he fucking goes there. I fucking love Alexander. So, untouchable. I'm putting him first because it's fucking Alexander. Like, it's fucking Alexander. Like, what the fuck do I have to say? Oliver Rousteing. Oliver, I love his story. I love how he overcame, like, him getting literally burnt alive and then making this whole beautiful collection, like, representing his pain with, like, the bandages and stuff. And I love what he's doing at Balmain. I just found out the other day that it's pronounced Balmain and not Balmain. I didn't know that. But yeah, I love what he's doing. He's great. I don't know much about his work except that I seen like his newest show that Naomi Campbell walked in. I think it was fall winter 2024, and his shit was fucking beautiful. I love that he brought like African like design elements into his work, but and also like the fact that he's one of the youngest designers, and he's black. I love him. So I'm only putting him in almost perfect because we just haven't seen his whole career. He's still so young. He still has so much to do, and yeah, I want to see more from him. Roberto Cavalli. All these names are hard to pronounce. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, Roberto Cavalli. I love him, again, as a person. I just love him. I love his designs. I love what he did with Playboy in the 2000s and designing the whole bodysuit over. I love his work, but he's honorable because he has done stuff for fashion, but I feel like people don't give him as much recognition for some reason. So I'm gonna put him in honorable. I don't know if that makes sense. You guys could explain to me more. I don't know too much about him, but I'm gonna put him in honorable because I just love him as a person. Well, if I'm gonna do that, maybe I should put him don't know what's so great. Yeah, maybe I'll put him there. Maybe that's more appropriate. Okay. Next is Hubert de Givenchy. I can't do the accent. Givenchy. So I know. Oh, I didn't put Balenciaga on here. Well, we'll get to that. I know Givenchy and Balenciaga have like a rivalry thing, and like people compare them a lot because Givenchy worked under Balenciaga. Personally, I love Givenchy, and yes, mostly because I'm an Audrey Hepburn fan, but it's just something about, I feel like Balenciaga, he just tried to like, again, just like push the envelope, and like he just tried to like see what he could do like on the human body, and like, you know what I mean, like it just seems like he just tried to see whatever he could do. And I know like Chanel and Dior and all of them have stated that they think Balenciaga is like one of the greatest designers of all time, and they've said that he's better than them. But personally, I just love Givenchy's work better. I don't know, it's just like a more playful, like elegant version of his work, and I don't know, I feel like Balenciaga's stuff is just like he had the idea, and then Givenchy took the idea and made it better. People are gonna get mad at me for that one, but I'll put him almost perfect or honorable. Because it's nothing that he's like almost perfect for. I think his work is perfect. But I don't think he's untouchable because he didn't come up with the idea himself. So we'll just put him honorable. We'll put him in honorable. Next up is Jean Paul Gaultier. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The accent, shut up. He's fucking incredible. He's fucking a creative genius. I fucking love this guy. If I'm not mistaken, he's doing like something now where he has now that he's not working, like he's not designing anymore, he's having different designers come in and do like a different design for each different collection, and I think that's really cool, and I think that's fucking awesome, and I love him and I love his work, and he's definitely a GOAT, but I feel like people just reduce Jean Paul to the fucking like thermal prints. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Those prints, if I could get a picture. I feel like people just reduce him to that when he's done so much more. Like, he's done way more. And I especially love what he did with menswear. Because, again, it goes with my brand, Eye Candy. And how he, like, kind of designs for men the same way people design for women. And, like, kind of just, like, try to show their skin and, like, play with gender identity a little bit. And for that, I fucking love that, because I feel like men's fashion is very boring, and I feel like we need to do something about that. So, yeah, I fucking love John Paul. I love what he did in Fifth Element. I love him. I'm putting him in honorable only because it's like... Okay. Next up is Margiela. I don't know if he's a Scorpio, but like the fact that he doesn't like people to take pictures of him, and he was very secretive about his own life and stuff, it just gives Scorpio energy. So I'm gonna say my Scorpio twin, Margiela. I love everything he's done. From what I understand is that he's anti-fashion, and that his pieces are commentary on the fashion industry, which is really cool and ironic that he made it so big in fashion. He's like considered one of the greatest designers, even though he doesn't technically like it. He also doesn't like the fame. But I have to put him on Untouchable, and I have to put him right next to Alexander. I have to. It's just what has to be done. It's justice for the community. It's just what has to be done. Next up, I know you guys don't like him, but I have to put some black designers on here that I know of. Kanye. He makes it so hard to like him. And I love Kanye. I'm one of those people who love Kanye. I don't agree with shit he says. I just like his music, and I just like the clothes he designs. That's literally it. It's nothing deeper than that. It's almost like being a Doja Cat fan now. Being a Doja Cat fan is almost like being a Kanye fan now, because she says and does things that I don't agree with, and I just have to tell people, separate the art from the artist, but it's getting harder to do that every day because of Kanye. Kanye. I know people don't like his designs and they don't really take him seriously, but if we're totally being honest, those fucking Yeezy shoes have been copied and done over so many fucking times. Like, y'all have to give him credit, and he's probably, totally be honest, he's not going to get any credit for his designs until he's dead. Because him alive, people just can't separate the person from the art. And it's like the same thing with Chanel. Like, I can't separate the person from the art. I can't. I'm sorry. And even Carl. Like, I'm going to put him in honorable. Because I don't think we've seen the full range of what he can do with design. Because I don't feel like he's played around a lot with it too much. And also I feel like a lot of people, especially the black community or whatever, he started off doing high fashion, and I think that's what threw people off. If he had started off with affordable clothes first, then maybe we would have given him a chance now. Also, just if in general, like, hip-hop drives fashion now, let's totally be honest. So Kanye is honorable. Because, again, we're going to look back at his shit, and y'all are going to say you love him. So, that's what we're going to put. Next up is Demna. Listen, I already said my disdain for Balenciaga. Well, I like Cristobal's version for Balenciaga. Demna's version, not so much. But as someone who's going to be a fashion designer and I need to learn how to market my brand, Eye Candy, I do like his tactic of making shocking pieces and then having celebrities wear the shocking pieces, because Balenciaga has never lost relevancy ever since he's been creative director. So obviously he's doing something right, and I like his take on like just doing like ugly fashion, and like how he's kind of like anti-fashion with his designs. Also, from what I've heard of, he's very inspired by Martine Rose, which I'd more want to give the credit to her than him, to totally be honest. Because Martine Rose does a lot of innovative stuff in men's fashion. She's a British designer, by the way. And she's black. Well, half black, from what I understand. So I'm just going to put him in Not My Taste, because he is great. He is great. We love Demna. He's doing a great job at Balenciaga. But, you know, it's just not my taste. That's it. I'm not really a fan of anything. I love shocking things. I love, like, theatrical things, and I love ugly things. But I don't know. The way he does it, it doesn't register. Maybe I'll get a new understanding when I go to college and I can redo this video and eat my words, but right now Demna's not my taste. Next up is Malalola. And yes, I did put her on here because she's black. Her designs are fucking great. I love that her stuff is, what's it called? Unisex. What the fuck am I saying? She designs unisex clothes, which I did not know that. I was wondering why her silhouettes were like that, and I was obsessed with it, but I didn't know why, but it's because she wants men and women to wear that, and I fucking love that. She had fucking Rico Nasty walk on her show. She had fucking Aaliyah's Interlude walk on her show. I love her fucking work. Keep up the good work. I love that she's a young black girl designer. She's fucking awesome. Again, almost perfect because we just haven't seen everything that she can do. But she's fucking great. Next up is, second to last is Mugler. I fucking love Mugler. He was one of my favorite designers for like the longest time. I'm not sure what changed. I guess, I don't know, when I saw Tom Ford and like and Margiela's designs, I just kind of forgot about him, to be honest. And like now that I learned about John Paul, he's like Mugler's cousin in my head, like in my head. I love Mugler. And I love, he does like the same campy, like, you know what I mean? Like he does like the same campy, like shock value things that like Demna and McQueen and John Paul do, but he does it more sexy, like, and I love that. I really do. I just, I don't know a lot about Mugler, and I've only seen a handful of his shows, like 90s. Also he was also just peaked in the 90s, and I'm not sure who's creative director now, and how they're just, I don't like that they're just focusing on those suits, like, so I'm gonna put him in don't know but still great. Like I know who Mugler is, but I don't really know who Mugler is, you know what I mean? But I do know he's fucking awesome. And lastly, Elsa Schiaparelli. I love Schiaparelli's work. I love Elsa's work, and I love Daniel Roseberry's work. I love everything that's been ever done with Schiaparelli, and it's really cool to see how her brand was just revived from the dead like that. I love that she puts surrealism into her work. Again, like as an artist, I just think that's so fucking cool. I have to put her, come on, you knew what was gonna happen. Like I have to put her up here. Okay, so that, and then I have one more person that I think deserves to be in the honorable section. And that is me, because I'm going to be a designer. I am a designer. What am I saying? I think I deserve to be in honorable mentions because, well, you guys haven't seen my designs yet. I do have a video up where I like show my designs for my first ever fashion show I did, and I showed sketches and stuff, so you actually can check out that video. But yeah, so yeah, this is my official ranking for my personal favorite designers. We got the Untouchables, we got honorable mentions, we got people we're gonna learn more about, and people are just not my taste and just not as good as the rest, if we're totally honest. Feel free to argue in the comments and write to me your opinion, because I'd love to know you guys' opinions, and I like to learn, and I like to learn new information. So if there's something I don't know or a designer that you want me to put on this list, I could do a new video. I could do another video and do like a second round. And also I'm thinking about doing a supermodel ranking. So if you guys want that, again, you can say in the comments. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think and if you like this video. I don't usually do stuff like this. But yeah, and subscribe. Have a good day. And I love you. Bye.